everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Little
Learners.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Alexandra Barrientos, and she is.
Catherine Ruiz.
Today, we have a really interesting topic: is powerful tools to manage a class. Beyond words, what do you think about this topic?
Yes, at first I thought the teaching was only about teaching grammar or vocabulary. Those were things. But at university, and with these 4 weeks of giving classes, we learned that it's not really like that. And learning these skills is really important to manage the class and even and even to change the classroom atmosphere. Yes.
Yes, of course. And about what skills we are talking about. All the teachers use them, but I think that they even notice it because they're experts. So we have these three skills: eye contact, the voice, the mimes and gestures. So we're going in this podcast talking about these topics
One by one.
Yes. So we're going to start with eye contact. Okay.
Okay, yes. Actually, eye contact sounds like a simple thing, but it's actually a big thing. Because looking at your students makes them feel like more included. Because if you just only look at one part of the room, like they start to feel separated, like they start to lose interest.
Yes, and I think that it's a challenge for all the teachers try to watch whole the class and not only the students that are in the front of the class, because as we know, often the students that are in the front of the class are the most participating.
Yes, at first I focused more on students that participated the most. So the quietest students, like they started to disappear. It shouldn't be like that.
Yes, it's something that we need to try to avoid. No, the teachers shouldn't do that. The eye contact is special for that. It's try to watch whole the class and try to notice what whole the students are doing. The eye contact help us to understand them, watch their faces, the behavior. So act at the moment.
Yes, also, eye contact can express a lot of things. For example, if your students starts to chat in class, you don't need to stop the class and say stop talking or pay attention. You just have to look at them and they know what we mean.
It's something like give an stern look or the famous teacher look, like.
Yes.
What is your teacher look?
My teacher look. I think it's like no, not that exaggerated, but what is your teacher look?
I usually like it's something like side eye.
Yes.
And well, it's something really helpful because the students get it.
Yes.
They know, okay, the teacher is look at me. I need have a good behavior. They stop distracted or start pay attention.
Yes, but other thing we have to mention is that it's not that easy because, for example, it could be difficult depending on the size of the class.
Yes.
They always they can be a large. They could be a large class, and eye contact is not that easy to apply.
It's well, you need also use or try to manage your classroom at the same time. Know if you wanted that they work in groups, but it's difficult. Yes, it's difficult. It depends a lot of the shape of the class or well. Yes, okay.
Boys.
The boys. Yes.
Yes. Now we're going to talk about the boys.
Whole the class. We are classmates, and well, I think that the whole the class have problems with the boys. Something we're fighting with that. And well, it's an estimated thing that all the teachers need to take care of their boys.
Yes, I used to think that, well, boys, of course, is the most powerful tool uh, for a teaching, but even that needs a technique. For example, before I thought that just talking loudly was enough, but in reality, the tone is important, that speed is important, because all of them like express different purposes.
Yes, of course. And for that, you need to play with your voice, and your students notice that. You can create or change the atmosphere depending the voice that you are using. For example, if you wanted that they are excited or calm, you can use your voice. For example, it's something that can sound contradictory, but if you use a calm voice, your students, in way or to aim to try to listen you, they speak louder. Something could happen. Of course, depend of your class, but yes. And well, also when you are teaching, you need to play with your voice. If you're reading something, create emotions for your students.
Yes, I remember that we practiced with a short text. It was funny. Yes. First I thought that I had to speak louder to so everyone could hear me, but then my throat started to feel tired. So teaching isn't shouting. Teaching is like um, using different tones. You have to speak clearly, and depending on the situation, of course.
Yes, of course. I think that all the characteristics or the voices are important, but in the school or public school, it's really necessary to speak loud. Yes, because as you know, there is a lot of noise, not only in your class, of the playground, external, and also your students are talking sometimes. So the noise in the class, because you're not only person doing class at the time. There are other classes doing class at the same time as you, so it's difficult, and you need to speak loud. And for that, the teachers need to take care of their
Their
voice.
voice,
For
yes.
example, be dictated.
Yes, not just that. You have to learn how to breathe. For example, I remember we also learned about that. Um, you have to use your diaphragm.
Diaphragm.
Yes. So you don't hurt your throat.
The
Remember?
idea is not use your throat.
Yes.
And
Really.
also be dictated. I also bring my bottle of water.
Yes. Remember? Pancita, pancita.
Yes, please. Yes, it's really important, guys. We are going to be teachers, and well, the voice is the most important. I think the main tool that you will going to use for everything.
Yes.
And it's difficult when you are sick and you need to teach. You don't have voice for that. We're gonna Now we're gonna pass to the gestures and mimes. We are gonna be teachers in our classrooms. What do you think about this topic, girl?
Okay. In class, I learned that you don't always need to translate what you're saying. You have to act it out. For example, like teaching verbs. If you want to teach jump, you make this jump. Open your book, you make this open your book. Look, you just look. Write, you make this.
Yes, and not it's only about verbs, also with your facial expression. Now, guys, today we're happy, so smile. No? Okay, I understand what important is the mimes gestures for the teachers. I remember this advice of one professor that, guys, you need be dramatic, so you need act. You are going to be actors. I think that is one role of the teachers also.
Yes, you have to exaggerate gestures. You even sometimes feel like a clown.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. But exaggerate is really okay, especially with kids, because exaggeration at the end is not too much. It's really necessary because that keeps the attention, like, and I really think that's important because if someone comes and starts to make a lot of gestures, of course I'm going to pay attention.
Yes, it's like doing okay. I think that they are thinking, what are you doing, miss? But it's really useful. I remember one class with Miss Yolanda when they teach us something about this. For example, we are, and at the time I remember that we didn't know nothing about German, but she is starting to do this really mimes, you remember?
Yes, I remember that.
And I think that no was, even German was an invented language that we are learning. Only we are getting what is the meaning for the gestures and for what she is doing at the time. But yes, and in that point, I understand how important is the mimes gestures. You don't need explain a lot, and makes more dynamic the class. The students can feel frustrated when you're just talking in English.
Yes, but we have to admit it's kind of cringe.
Yes, especially when you are in front of teenagers. It's like,
Yes.
it's difficult for us. We are learning that because, yes, for example, I have a really problem when I need to teach the verb run. Because it's like, okay, I need, I need to do it. Because it's supposed that you are walking. It's okay, walking, guys, but run. Run! No, I can move. I feel really.
Yes, but that makes the verb, that vocabulary even more memorable.
Yes, of course. Medium humilde.
Yeah, so overall, I think that teaching is not teaching is not only verbal, it's visual, it's physical, it's very expressive, you know.
Yes, we use whole our body, our face, our voice, our eyes. So we need to know how to use all of them, especially when we are going to be teachers.
Yeah, remember we are actors. We are always like
We need becoming actors.
yes, we are always using our voice, our body, our face expressions. I have a problem with face expressions, for example. My teachers told me that I need to smile more, but I thought that I was always smiling. I even my face started to ache, but it's not like that. I think I have a problem with it.
It's difficult. Sometimes you think that you are doing the things well, but then you notice that, okay, I think that I could exaggerate this more, but at the moment you can do it. It's something like, oh, I can't. It's difficult. Yes, it's difficult, but we are gonna learn it with experience. When in the process, when we are getting more experience, I think that we will be able to do that.
Yes. After talking, I think that we still have a lot to learn, but in a good way.
Yes, we need to learn a lot and get experience. I think that yes, of course, you need have the knowledge. Of course, you need to know English. Of course, you're gonna be teachers, English teachers, but also you need becoming actors.
Yes, we're learning. Well, we are learning.
I think that skill is something that have an actor.
Yes. Yes, we are learning step by step and enjoying the process. Not that much, of course. Sometimes I feel like I want to cry, but I still have to do those things.
So guys, you can do it.
Yes, it's part of our job.
Bye bye. See you.